everybody. What are the most burning philosophy questions that I've been asked? Well, I've been asked a lot of questions of philosophy by a lot of people. Um, and the most recent one, I'm just going to go to the most recent, what are some of the most interesting and important questions I've been asked. Well, of philosophy, one of the first ones I remember someone asked me is, what is nihilism? So nihilism is a feeling that nothing matters, that whatever you do is not going to have any real significance, and there will not be, I can't speak today, will not be any repercussions of your actions. This is, in my view, a extremely controversial view of nihilism. It's almost like blissful ignorance almost. It's like you're completely cut off from the concept of consequences, like things that will follow your actions, and then you think, oh, I'm just gonna do whatever, or I'm not gonna do anything because nothing matters. That is the view of a nihilist. And they don't care because they believe that everything is, born to die, and everything and every action won't have any real effect. And this is like the opposite of what other people have said it entails. Like, other people have said literally everything has an impact, and everything that happens has a cause. And I do believe that. Like, everything that comes about for a reason. So nihilism is literally very unrealistic in my view in that way, because I believe that everything has some sort of purpose, no matter how small or large that purpose may be, no matter how insignificant or significant that purpose may be. So nihilism is extremely outlandish, and in my opinion, outlandish, and kind of just unrealistic view of everything, because everything matters. Everything matters. Think sunlight hitting a flower. That matters, because you have things that will feed off that sun and off the sugar generated and all that, the photosynthesis and stuff. So it really makes no sense to say that nothing matters, because everything has an impact. Your life has an impact. You wouldn't have been born without having some sort of purpose, even if some people are unsure of what that purpose is. And I understand that. But, yeah, nihilism is not something that I've ever agreed with. I've never agreed with it. And yes, that's what nihilism is, this feeling that nothing matters. Another burning question I've had is that, what is conflicting morality? So, in my view, this is, they ask, in my own opinion, what is conflicting morality? So, conflicting morality, in my view, is an instance where your moral justifications start to blur, and sort of your actions speak a lot louder than your words and your thoughts, and your morals start to blur, and you start to kind of lose a sense of right and wrong, and also lose a sense of the positive and the negative implications of whatever you're doing. So, say it was the trolley problem. The not pull the lever, kill one person, pull the lever, kill 5 people, Even with that moral dilemma has an aspect of moral confliction, because the thought of turning it and then indirectly or directly, actually, since you're the one pulling the lever and moving the train, killing people. And, that's always a concept that kind of is difficult for a lot of people that I've talked to. Excuse me. And, so conflicting morality, in my view, is just exactly that, the textbook definition. You can still go a little bit deeper with that. I will maybe write an entry on moral confliction, and then I'll, make another video and read it out for you guys. I'm still in the process of making the big morality breakdown video, and I think that entry, once I write it, will be a part of that. That'll probably come out maybe tomorrow or the day after, because I have a couple more days because I have a long weekend from school. So that will come out soon. Hopefully, if I can get if I can start up the morality entry that I write, and if I can get some other things going for that video, that might be the biggest video I've ever done. Maybe, who knows? Won't know until I finish and I start recording. Anyways, so yeah, that's conflicting morality. It's just blurred lines, blurred motives, blurred actions, blurred decisions. There's not really any follow the yellow brick road concept with conflicting morality, because you don't know what the right thing to do is. And you don't know what kind of impact either choice will have, because no matter what you do, it's always going to have some sort of repercussion. So, yeah, that's in my view conflicting morality. Another question that people ask me is, like, recently we were talking about the atomic bomb, and a very close friend of mine said, in his opinion, the atomic bomb was necessary, like, to end the war and prevent the deaths of millions of people. And I can't even express how much I disagree with that. But I can't express it because I'm talking about it right now. I'll talk about it right now. Sorry, I just need something in my hands to do, so I'm playing with cards. Okay, so my opinion is no, the atomic bomb was not necessary. Like, the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the two cities of Japan. No, I do not believe that it is necessary for them to be dropped. Do I think that they would have been used as a last resort? Yes, I think they should have been used as a last resort. And I just don't agree with the fact that it would prevent a war, because there's so many other ways of going about it. You have military mitigation, which is sending in military to, mitigate conflict, to try to prevent confrontation. Which I know most likely would not work. That would just incite more conflict and probably would breed catastrophe. Another thing you can do is respectful diplomacy. You can like take the diplomat, take the devil's advocate. You can give the other side like this opportunity to be diplomatic, and if that doesn't work, then try to find some other way to do it that isn't going to end in in not massive loss of life. And I do think, yes, the prevention of the war was a pro of the atomic bombs being dropped. But despite knowing that, these bombs killed hundreds of thousands of people when they were dropped in Japan. And that is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. And that's just why I think it's not justifiable, because the ends rarely justify the means. The ends rarely justify the means, is what I've discovered about most things, is that the ends rarely justify the means. Your actions, the thing you're trying to accomplish through your actions rarely makes up and rarely explains the action you took, especially when it's a negative action, like dropping a bomb on a city. So no, I think the ends rarely justify the means, and despite my respect and admiration for my very close friend who told me about this, I do not agree with him in any way, shape, or form. The only thing that I would agree with him is that it stopped further war. Yes, that's a pro, despite everything else. But at the same time, there is absolutely no way that was the only option they had. He said that was the only thing they could have done, so they dropped a bomb. No. I do firmly believe that was not the only option. And that if they had done something else, maybe things would have turned out differently. Maybe they would have turned out better. Who knows? So yes, I don't believe that the atomic bombs, either of them, were necessary. I do not believe that dropping was necessary. Yeah, I do not believe that was necessary. And that's not philosophy based at all. It's just something that I talked about recently, literally like 2 days ago. Okay. What else? What else? Oh, here's a good one. Is there moral ambiguity when you're discussing belief in God? Yes, there is moral ambiguity when you're discussing belief in God. Just because, like, the scriptures in the Bible are often inconsistent, and there's a lot of contradictions that some people overlook. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to talk about that in depth because my knowledge of moral ambiguity is very limited, and it's really hard to apply it to something like holy Christian scripture. It's just hard to put that into perspective, hard to explain it for me. So that's all I'm going to say on that. And what's another thing? That's all the most burning questions I've had. Another question was like, this is a lot of moral stuff. Another moral question. Excuse me. Another question someone asked me is, how far can someone go morally before they're deemed like immoral? Like there's no morality, there's like no justification. And that's pretty easy to determine. I think the limit for like moral consensus and moral like kind of seeing their view and like the morality of it, I think the limit of their morality is once they do something that cross the line of just as crosses the line of like human autonomy and humanity, that's the end. Like if someone were to like commit a war crime, that's definitely a hard stop for their morality, because at that point, what morality is left? Literally. Yeah. So what morality is left? That's one of the most burning questions I've had of philosophy. I don't really know what else to say. I don't know if it's hard to hear me or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Because that's all the most burning questions I've had recently and burning discussions I've had recently. I could go more in depth in it, but if I did that, this video would be like 3 hours long. Because I have lots of discussions that I've been for like an hour and a half. Like I've talked to people for like hours about this. Like at school mainly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know this is very short. It's 13 minutes. I mean, it's not that short. It's a longer form video, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not gonna ask you to like, comment, and subscribe. You can. I don't care if you do that or not. I do care if you subscribe though. So please subscribe once you see this video. And watch the videos rather than just and comment too. Like when I put a comment in a video asking you guys to comment, please comment. Don't just ignore me. And also go to my community tab. Go in there, look at my posts, read the posts. There's some updates on there. Some of them are a bit old, like the ones from like 2 months ago. Like any of the ones that talk about old stuff and like a bunch of things, like older stuff, like ignore them. But read the most recent posts because the ones are probably the ones that actually hold some weight for what I'm going to do in terms of the content. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video and see you guys in the next one.